foot. Gibbs will try and pick it up.
Oh, what a move.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. The Eagles had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Tua. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Here's Tua. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Eagles. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll start with the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Yikes, a 40-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Steps away to his left. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
In motion right is Watkins. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Hey, 21 10. Watch it, Oscar. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
Tua going to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. It's a punt return touchdown of 56 yards. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. On play action, here's Tua. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Here's 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
21G.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This pass down the field for Gibbs. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Solo left Zion. Let's go. Connor, long.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. That is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Demario Davis there on the stop. 2nd down and 6 now. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going deep here for Watkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Luke Musgrave, 26 yards. And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Oh, this is blocked. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And an Eagles 1st down.
Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
On gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now Tua signaling to change things up.
21 TX. Watch it, Oscar.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Solo left Zion. Out.
He'll look to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Starting the drive with Snell. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Back to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And the Commanders' 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll set up to throw. This is caught inside the 15.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. Pass incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people make him.
Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. They'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's one up to about the 35. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibbs. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Pushing his way through. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
21G, 21G.
All right, now let's get in that end zone.
Number 1, high.
Tua sets up to pass it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Big strides, look at him go. He may go. Kyle Pitts, touchdown, Philadelphia. Kyle Pitts, 82 yards. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by York is up and good, and that will make this a 19-point game. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's past the 30. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Eagles. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, the blow that hurts the most, the one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Washington. 59 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown! A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. 2 and now on 1st down. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the... And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jahmyr Gibbs punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Big yardage that time for Washington. 51 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Kyle Duggar there on the coverage.
Hey, time out 2. Time out 2. Time out 2. Long.
Here's Tua. His throw incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
In motion right, that's Metcalf. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Commanders will take over here just shy of the 30.
Intercepted by the Commanders. The Commanders take over 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
In motion left goes Watson. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. This is 1st and 10. Throwing Tua. Steps away. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Now Tua.
13-yard line.
That completes it again to Metcalf. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Tua. Gibbs is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Tua. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Tua to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Extra point made good by Sanders as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number's...
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's caught.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. So he puts it in one end zone, brings it all the way down inside the red zone.
And he took a gamble, didn't he, Brandon? I mean, he intercepted that in the end zone, could have taken a knee there. They get the ball in their own 20. Great job taking the ball away. But he takes that chance, brings it out, and boy, what a conversion that turned out to be.
Tagovailoa. And he wisely will throw that one away.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Here's Tua. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
Watson, Oscar. Solo left Zion. Solo left.
Now Tua. Buying time to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They'll run with Mixon. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
They have one big call left. Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game.
21G, 21G. Turbo 1, hard. Scat.
Tua. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as it kicks away here. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
All right, fellas, listen up.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
From the gun to give to Mixon. Fights him off. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Solo left Zion.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
From midfield, here's Tua. This ball down the field for Pitts. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed